Well, hello world. Like I said, I kind of want to get out today and do a little hike, maybe walkabout, something to talk about. Been thinking quite a bit here lately, and kind of just wanted to tell y'all some things. So here's where we are. Beautiful field. I used to kind of come out here when I was a kid, ride bikes, go hiking, do a little bit of everything out here, actually. Tell you what, I've been lost out here. Corn gets so tall, and you just start walking, you think you're going that way, over that clearing, and well, you get lost pretty quick. I slept out here one night, just because, well, I knew home would be pretty close once I actually saw where it was. It gets dark pretty fast once you start walking one direction and lose your way. So, all this land, kind of one of the other reasons I wanted to come out here is all this land. This beautiful little piece here. My aunt and uncle live just up the hill, and well, they may end up with a new front yard here soon. All this land sold, and that's been happening more and more often here. And what's real bad is that, yeah, I say this is a cornfield, sometimes bean field. It's field, and it floods. So it did sell, but it's not just this field that sold. It's one on the other side as well. I mean, there's a big old hunk of land here. Right here it floods, and you know, it floods, but put a bunch of houses around an area that floods, and well, then you call it a subdivision. Call it a housing addition. Put all you want up here and put all the houses around it. Start fishing. Put your boats out here. Makes nice little resort properties. Don't really like it myself. I've been playing out here since I was young. My kids played out here. Used to do all kinds of stuff out here. This tree line. There's a couple nice spots to get in. We'll mosey on down. There ain't too many briars on it this way. It's a lot nicer right now than I think it's going to be in the future. Snow's still just a little bit. It's kind of melting. It's only about 27 degrees right now. It's not really making snowballs. Yeah, them's all briars. We don't like them briars. You know, these balls here, you know, I try to bite one of these when I was young. They don't taste good. It's supposed to keep spiders away, stuff like that. I really don't know what else they're good for. They do taste awful. But I'm kind of tired of all the development happening around here. It's getting pretty old. Seeing all the places that don't need a home on them, don't need a Starbucks on them. Got plenty of thorn trees and briars and wildlife living within them. They don't need anybody to come in with a bulldozer and tell anybody to move right in where you want your building pad. Yeah, we don't want any of that. We'll just cross over the barbed wire here. The more we go out, there's a creek right across the way. See these thorns, they hurt. They're everywhere out here, but it's still pretty fun out here. Just come out here and play guitar and fall asleep on a, actually I think no, it's not that one. I don't know if the tree I used to sleep on is still here. May have rotted away. As we get a little closer here to the creek, starts getting real nice. You see all these, there's a bunch of tracks out here, a bunch of rabbit tracks. Bunch of little rabbits. Tree stand over there. I don't think anybody's been out here for a little while hunting. Tell you the truth, I'm not sure what's in season. I'm not much of a hunter myself. I do regret that I didn't bring the Nikon with me. I probably would have set up and waited for something out here. I ended up going to the workplace today. Had to put a forklift back together, get it off my mind. Been sitting at home for, well, about a week now. Darn crazy virus. Feeling a heck of a lot better, so here we are. And I guess what's on my mind is, if you come through and bulldoze all of this, then what's left? More concrete paradise? We can't keep bulldozing. We just can't. I'm real good at running a bulldozer. We can come right through all this. Come right through it and make it nice and flat, put a swale in it, berm in it, do whatever you want. I'll do whatever you want with that bulldozer, but you know what? I'm tired of it. Tired of it because we don't need any of that. There's plenty of houses. Houses that are already ready for repair for a whole new homeowner. There ain't no need to come out here and destroy one. Oh, see, there's a bunch of rabbits. I don't know if you guys caught them, but it's not like I'm really treading lightly out here. I'm kind of stomping around. Especially with me talking. Everything can hear me coming. I kind of just wanted to get out here towards the creek, see if it was frozen over or not. I don't think it is. It was pretty cold the other day. For a few days, actually, it was pretty cold, but then all of a sudden, it turned up to about 37. That sun was just beating on it, so I don't think it's, nope, don't look like it's all the way froze. Don't look like it's all the way froze. We're gonna go out there anyway, though. Bunch of stuff been walking through right here. That's a good way down, but it's not necessarily a good way up. In wintertime, you gotta think about that. See, water's flowing pretty good over that way. Let's get over that way and I'll give you a better shot. More rebar. You know, that's square rebar. That tells you how old that is. It's all been up into this right here, which is, I don't know, just a hunk of concrete. Been walking over it my whole life and never really noticed it had square rebar in it. To tell you the truth, I've never seen square rebar. I've been working construction, excavation for 13 plus years now, and you know, there's a lot of work going on right now. I mean, so much work going on right now that I don't think they can keep up with it, and I wish they'd just stop, because like I said, we don't need it. There's plenty out here. Oh, there we go, now you can see it flowing. Plenty out here. Here's a way up as well. There's a burrow out there. It's like a little coon den. You can see the striation in the ice. The white parts are where it's thicker. You don't want to step where it's clear. A little bit of knowledge for you right there. Clear ice is thin. I don't know what that is. It's just hanging there on the tree. Huh. Kind of odd. Look like some briars. And this really ain't the best way down. The other way was better, but wasn't no way up. So right here, used to play. Sometimes creek gets real low, even lower than this, and you can just walk straight across it. We used to play Ninja Warrior on all the routes. I'm trying to get down here nice and easy. We may just take the fast way. That's not a good foothold. It's flexing underneath me. Yeah, you just, yeah. All right, we're just gonna mosey on down like this. Okay. Yeah, we used to Ninja Warrior, I don't know what you want to call it, up through all these roots. Try to hang on. And this right here, it looked a lot bigger when I was young. Sure did, but I slid from up there and I slid down through this. I remember it now. So I slid down, had a hold of something and it broke, just like that other root over there did. Came right down through here. Right over here is a big old spider's nest. Big old wolf spider was hanging out right in there, and as soon as I got my bearings about myself and I looked up, mama wolf spider sitting right there. I was a little kid, but she was as big as my hand. Scared the bejesus out of me. It's not, she didn't move, she didn't come near me or nothing, but my head was right there. I tell you what, that was pretty close to my face. Didn't really want her there. So there's coon den up there too. Yeah, see, clear ice. It's not clear now, but here's clear ice. It breaks real easy. Clear ice breaks real easy. The white ice, that's the thick stuff. We could step out on that right there. See, I'd trust that. Trust this ice. You see that right there? See it bubbling up? You don't want none of that. See, it's because I'm standing on it. I'm making it move. You hear it cracking underneath me? It's only about 6-8 inches deep right here. I wouldn't be standing on it. Yeah, we've coming down here my whole life. I'm just kind of sad. It's, all the land around us is selling. All the farmland. Don't seem like anybody really, newer generation don't want to take care of a farm. Let's see how big of a rock we can see if we can make it. We were just standing right there. Yeah, see? It held the rock. That's kind of a tester right there. That's how we used to always test them. Let's do one more, just for fun. We'll do a little bit bigger of it. Here we go. One more, same spot. Hey, it broke that time. Shifted all out. Got a nice big patch of white ice right here. Yeah, these youngers, they don't want to take care of the farm. They don't want to take care of the farm. I tell you, that was my dream when I was a kid, somehow be able to do that. I always looked up to the farmers where I grew up. I grew up a little bit right here. Grew up where I really feel like I became myself down in Kentucky with my parents, and moved up here with my aunt and uncle. Started hanging out around here. That was, like I said, that was my dream. And we don't have children that really want to do anything like that anymore. They see that big ticket that their grandpappy left them for that farm, and they just want to sell it right off. And I hope that, I don't hope, but I know that grandpappy's laying in his grave just rolling over. Boy, isn't that peaceful right there? I hope you guys can hear it. Let's get a little closer. So we got this. See that clear right there? Yeah, see it's coming through right here. Always check it. Always check your eyes. Yeah, she's flowing pretty good right there. There's another tree stand all the way over there. Yeah, I don't think you guys can see it. This has always been one of my favorite parts of this woods. The way it bends around right here. This creek's pretty straight back that way. I mean, it goes pretty straight. It's got some little turns and whatnot, but this big bend right here comes around right here, and it slows everything down as it goes around that way. Seems like everything needs to just catch right through here, so it's always able to cross, always able to hang out in here, and just, you know, if you can sit on these roots and just hang out for a while, I tell you what, it changes your mind state. You come out here in a real bad mood, you just sit on a root for a little while, and boy, it changes everything. You listen to that water over there, as tranquil as it is, there ain't no way you can be upset. The only thing that upsets me is thinking about how I may not be able to come out here as often. People may not, you know, may not want me here. If that ends up being lakefront property for a whole nother 300 some houses and Starbucks, McDonald's and whatnot coming up this way, I can't stand thinking about that. We don't need it. I'm gonna try and make it back up here. I think I'm just gonna grab onto that little shrub there. Yep. Got some good footing. Yep. There we go. Alright. Here we go. We're back up. We're back up. There's a bunch of concrete out here. I can't really remember why. I think they just come out here and dump it. Probably old foundations, or probably actually was land markers for property at one time. They just piled it all up here along the creek, stopped for erosion. I mean, if you look at this concrete, it may not interest you guys as much as it does me, but that ain't what concrete looks like now. And I tell you what, you bring a jackhammer out and try to bust this stuff up, it's a lot harder than what we got now. I can always tell when I'm jackhammering on something that's older than me, because you can't get it to break. This stuff actually probably I mean, it's been weathered. It's been sitting here for a minute. You can see it's kind of cracked up, but really, I mean, the heart of it's strong. That's a different composition. They had a whole different makeup then. Oh, I do see some. Oh. So I had to take a break. I don't know if you guys can see. There's a big heron squawking up above me there. Sounded funny. I thought maybe somebody was out here trying to say something to me, but it's just that heron. Yeah, we got some foot traffic. Human foot traffic, but they're following the same rabbit trail that I'd probably be following it too, because it's the best trail out here. Animals know where to go. So I go out in the woods and I see a bunch of crap all over the place. I'm like, oh, I can't get through that. All of a sudden I see a different little spot, you know, a little trail. There'll be some life. You just gotta head that way where the life goes. You gotta follow the life. So just like I said, you know, up the hill there, my aunt and uncle, they got their place. Built themselves a new house here last year. And I do septic systems for a living, currently. Hating it. One of the reasons I hate it is, well, I had to do one for them, and I just don't understand why we had to. They had a septic system already. But they made rules different. here in the past few years. And their old septic system that's been working fine for 30, since I was a little bitty kid, 33, 35, some years, yeah. They've had a septic system out there that's been working just fine. And all of a sudden, state wants to tell them they gotta do something different because they got different rules. Well, the rules back then accounted for what needed to be accounted for. That's the reason the system works and still has been working for so long. It's actually a better system than the one that I installed. The one that I installed, they put a lifespan on 15 to 25 years, I believe is what they said. And I completely disagree with that. Can't tell people that they're going to pay 30 grand plus for something that they're going to put a tag on and say that you got to come in and do another 30 grand plus whenever this one expires. You can't do that. What I think's happening is I think they're trying to weed out the people that they don't want here. They're doing it their own way. They're bringing in all kinds of people that like modern housing with golf cart traffic, and Starbucks is right outside your front door pretty much. I'm against the concrete paradise for the most part. I mean, I may have some hypocritical parts of my life to that statement because I really enjoy skateboarding. I really do. But what I do is I go out and I find a place to go skateboard. I don't... Sorry, I thought I heard something. I don't just build a place right outside my front door because I enjoy skateboarding. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'd love to. But that's what they're doing with these houses. Like I said, there's plenty of houses. There's so many houses out here. So much land that's already had life living in it. That's been undisturbed for quite a few years. But people don't like that. They want their own piece. They just want to destroy. I don't get it. I love this part of the world. So we ain't heard nothing out here but wildlife. We ain't heard nothing but wildlife. A little bit of tranquil water. I think we ought to go that way. It's a bit cold for me to get snow up in the crotch right now. Yeah, my aunt and uncle planted 300 and some odd trees in their yard, and that septic system that I installed for them, well, we had to take out, I can't remember how many. It's close to 20. Right in the middle of their front yard. And that wasn't any fun to take them out. And I've been looking at them my whole life. They didn't need to be disturbed. Don't get me wrong, they did need thinned out because they planted them a little too close together, but still, it's frustrating when you have to destroy things just to put in something that doesn't make any sense. You know what doesn't make any sense really is the septic system as a whole. Shoot, where I was living in Kentucky, you could run a pipe out your back door 150 feet. And that was it. You didn't need anything. Nature takes care of waste. Nature is the biggest septic system in the world. It handles it all. It washes clean everything. Look at all this. Look at all this. This is nature cleaning itself. This creek right here, this is nature cleaning itself. If a lot of people think it's disgusting because you dump sewage into a creek or a river, but if you're a Cub Scout and you were ever taught anything, you know that you can pee 50 feet up the creek from your buddy while he's down there drinking. And he ain't going to be interrupted. He ain't going to get sick. He ain't going to taste nothing. The water's going to be clean. And I know that sounds disgusting, but it's true. This creek ripples, it filters, it churns, it does all the things. Look at all the moss in it. Look at all the leaves in it. It's a filter. It's a natural filter. It just doesn't make any sense to me, the way the modern world's doing everything. I try to put some sense to it. I've been trying since I started working in the mainstream world, I guess, is kind of what I call it. Doing construction, your excavation, construction, you're always right there, hand in hand with new development and all the implements of these new ideas. You think that you get a bearing on something, but you never do, because they're always changing things. They always think that they got a better idea. Oh, this is going to work better. This one won't leak. This one won't ground out. This one's going to be much better than the last one. We're not going to have any issues with this whatsoever, so we're going to change it. Next year, we're going to change it again. We're not going to tell you that somebody else will get put in office. This is what happens, is people get put in other people's positions. Everybody has a different idea of everything. We can agree on certain things, yes. Boy, look at that. Just, even in death, that's beautiful. Just hanging out right there, the way it all comes down. Maybe I'm seeing something other people don't, but I just think it's peaceful and beautiful out here. But yeah, to implement all these new ideas all the time doesn't make any sense. Yeah, sometimes it's an improvement. It's very rare. Usually it's the same exact thing, just implemented a different way. It's going to fail. Most of these processes all fail. It's like our roads. There's no reason for us to keep building roads out of limestone. That's all asphalt is. It's limestone and tar. It's a recipe of limestone and tar. Limestone is decaying matter. Look it up. Limestone is all the leftover things at the bottom of the ocean. It's all the shell, the fossilized creatures, all the little amoeba things, all those little itty bitty things at the bottom of the ocean that get hardened, and it's just decaying life that become solidified into stone. And we use that for our roads. Instead of bedrock, instead of the granites, instead of the marbles or anything like that, we use the worst material. We're not using sand, okay, never mind. We're not using the worst material, but it's next in line. We're not even using pea gravel. I'd say pea gravel would probably hold up better than limestone, just because it's a different composition. Limestone, if you watch over time, limestone, it just breaks down and turns into muck. It's nasty. That's why our roads are awful. You can compare a lot to the way that our roads are built. But it's just a horrible society building on nothing, is what I feel. And building on people's dreams that don't understand what really is. This place is all alive. Doesn't really look like it right now, but it is alive. Little itty bitty buds on the end of that right there. That's life right there. That is life. It's here. It's always here. Unless we bulldoze it all down. See, look at this one too. Nice little green. It's got some buds already, which is weird because it's December. You wouldn't really think that. I mean, it's not like a humongous bud or anything, but You can't bulldoze everything and expect it all to keep continuing on. One of these days, the Earth's gonna get pretty mad, pretty upset. She's just gonna shake us all off. Earthquakes, tornadoes, wildfires. Mother Nature does these things. Man comes up with a lot of things to say about it, but Mother Nature is really the one who takes care of a lot of the weeding out. Well, I just kind of wanted to get out here and do a little bit of something today. Had a little on my mind. Well, you know, I went to work and I got discouraged because I heard the same old stories from my boss again about the issues that we're having moving forward on some of the jobs. It's given me time to think about what I really want to do with my life. Well, I hope it's more in the direction of helping out this place than degrading it. I'm tired of tearing up all the trees. I'm tired of cutting down all the trees. I'm tired of saying sorry to a beautiful tree that's in the way of a swimming pool or in the way of a garage. Boy, it smells just wonderful out here. Well, we get held up for different things every year now. And like I was saying a little bit ago, it's because different people become in office. You know, people get old, or they get tired of it. They get out of office, and younger people come in that got better ideas, think they have better ideas. They try to implement their ideas, and it changes everything. It may be just a little bit, but the little bits add up. And as they add up, people like me step away from what they thought was... I tell you the truth, I thought it was everything for a little while. When I started it, I thought it was going to be who I was. I'm going to be the operator. I'm going to be the dozer man. I'm going to be the excavator man. I'm going to make the world look beautiful with this machine. And it's going to make me feel good. But, you know, I realize the only person that makes me feel good is the guy that's really making the money. Nobody ever really comes out and gives me the gratitude that I feel like I deserve. I mean, I make a lot of people's yards immaculate. They give me an idea. They want a berm there. They want a slope there. They want a swale. Tell you what, these people want a lot, and I'm able to give them exactly what they want, but the gratitude isn't really there. And I think that there's a reason why. I'm not heading in the direction that I really wanted to when I do that. I just kind of want to open up other people's eyes to the idea that the earth is alive. It's not just us on it. She interacts with us just like we interact with her. If we don't take care of her, we're in for a hurting. So I'm heading back up. We're going to get some more snow here in the next couple of days. Maybe we'll come out and do a little walk straight down the creek. But in the meantime, you know, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. If you enjoyed listening to me ramble on about how I hate society's modern way of building shoeboxes, please please hit that like button, subscribe. I got plenty more rambling in my head here to hopefully entertain people that come my way. So tell you what, until next time, I'm Matthew with What It Is, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side.